bread! Hot bread! 50 naira! Anthony wants to buy bread.
Jennifer, did you hear that noise? Or am I dreaming? Who could be selling bread by this hour of the night? Ada, please go back to sleep. I didn't hear anything. Maybe you are dreaming. You know yourself. Please don't just disturb me. I am so tired now. Ada,
Buy bread! Hot bread! 50 naira! Anthony wants to buy bread.
They both heard it this time, and the room was filled with a loud scream. Once upon a time, in the city of Enugu, there lived a young girl called Ada. She was just 12 years old. She carried the weight of the family right from a tender age. Ada lived with her blind mother after the death of their father. Since her mother was blind, all responsibilities fell on her shoulder. Every morning, the first voice you will hear is that of Ada, singing her usual track.
Buy bread! Hot bread here! 50 naira! This bread is straight from the oven. Auntie, you know go buy bread.
This was her own way of calling out customers to buy her bread, and she made money from it. Money enough to feed Ada and her mother. While other children carried their bags running to school, Ada preferred to sell her bread so they could feed. At night, she borrowed books from her neighbor just to read because she has the hope that she would one day go back to school. But that dream was never coming to light. Ada, my daughter, I know you have been really trying for us, but please be careful and prayerful whenever you want to go and sell your bread. Enugu, my daughter, her mother said one morning. Mama, I am always careful, Ada responded. I know, my daughter, but be more careful. I don't understand the dreams I am having these days, her mother said. Mama, you and this your dream. Don't worry, nothing is going to happen. It is just a dream, Ada said, laughing as she placed the tray of bread on her head and hurried outside. She started shouting her usual,
Buy bread! Hot bread here! 50 naira! This bread is straight from the oven. Auntie, you know go buy bread.
Her mother leaned on the wall of their house and said a soft prayer for her. God, please protect my daughter. She's all I've got. Back in the market, where Ada usually sells her bread, she was known as the girl that sold soft bread, and people always wait for her, those that didn't eat at home that morning. One woman shouted, Bread, come! I've been waiting for you. You took long today. Oh. What happened? She asked. Ada said softly, there was traffic on the way, so my motor could not move, she said calmly with a smile on her face. Ada, which motor you get? You this girl, the woman said jokingly. See my motor now. Abi, I no reach to get motor, Ada said, pointing at her legs, and everybody burst into laughter. This girl, you are really funny, they all said. That day, it was as if luck was waiting for Ada. She sold all her bread and was really happy. She bought fish and rice to cook. Since Ada became a mother at a tender age to herself and her mother, she does it without any regret. She was very happy as she sang home. When she got home, she showed her mother, and since she could not see, she touched the money and felt that it was much. She was really happy. Mama, you see, that your dream was to bring good luck to me and not something bad, she said as they ate the food she has prepared. My daughter, you won't understand, but I am still having that feeling that things are not right, but I will keep praying for you, her mother responded softly. Mama, nothing is going to happen, Ada said softly. Ada had a customer. She usually go to his shop to sell her bread. He was called Ekene. Ekene buys much bread from Ada and even tip her. Ada was always happy selling bread to him because he encouraged her as his daughter. People usually tease Ekene, adopt this girl now so she won't be selling bread on the street again. Since she sees you as a father. Ekene will laugh. You know I have enough children. I am only going to support her so she can also assist her blind mother. Ekene was one of the richest spare part dealer in the market and people envied him. One day, his friend Chibuzo came to visit him, and in the course of their discussion, he reminded Ekene of their yearly sacrifice and how it is very difficult for him to remit since their grandmaster demanded a virgin for the sacrifice. Ekene saw how disturbed his friend and member was and decided to help him get the sacrifice done since he was the only one left to carry out his sacrifice. Chibuzo was very happy and promised Ekene that they would discuss more on the phone since customers were coming into the shop. The next morning, just like every other day, Ada woke up very early, picked up her tray of bread and head to the market while her blind mother said a soft prayer for her. When Ada got to the market, she went to Ekene's shop to sell bread to him. Ekene was happy to see her, and just like other days, he started teasing her. Ada mommy, Ada Bikin, how are you, my daughter? Hope your day is going fine. And I can see that you have sold some bread before coming here. And today is really a blessed day for you. Yes, Uncle Ekene, my mother and I are going to eat good food today. I just want to grow up so I can give my mother the best life she deserves, Ada said softly. Yes, Ada, you are going to do that soon, Ekene said. Uncle Ekene, are you not going to buy bread today? Ada asked. Of course, Ada. You know I would never fail to buy your bread, he said. Okay, here is your bread. The usual number, Ada said, handed him the bread. Thank you. Here is your money, Ekene said. Ada begin. I have a very nice deal for you a day after tomorrow. This deal will bring you money. My friend is building a duplex and he wants to buy bread for all his workers on site. So I'll be taking you there so you can make enough money for you and your mother, Ekene said with a devilish smile across his face. Thank you so much, Uncle Ekene, Ada said, really happy. I'll be bringing bread in a very big basin then. When Ada got home, she was happy. She broke the news to her mother, but the news didn't sit well with her blind mother. Ada, my spirit doesn't accept this offer. Don't you think there's something fishy about this? Her mother said. Mama, you and this your spirit again. The last time it was a dream and at the end it was success for me that day. Nothing is going to happen. I know Uncle Ekene very well. He has been giving me lots of tips. Ada said to her mother laughing. Okay, my daughter, since you said you know him, then it is fine. But you can't trust you man 100% though, her mother said calmly. Just like every other days, came the due day. The day Ekene planned on taking Ada to a potential customer. Ada woke up very early, washed her mother's basin that she used to put her wrappers. She packed the bread neatly into the basin since Ekene assured her that there would be plenty customers for her. Mama, if I make enough money today, I am going to buy chicken so we can eat pepper soup. It has really been long since we had that, Ada said with joy in her heart. My daughter, please be careful. Don't waste all the money after selling. You know you have to go back to school. I am blind. If not, I wouldn't have allowed you to sell on the streets, her mother said calmly. Mama, it's okay. I really understand. You have tried a lot before you became blind. That is why I am going to make you proud. Mama, let me run along before other people will sell to them, Ada said, placing the basin of bread on her head. Ekene was waiting for Ada at the park, so he had to follow her to the location. Ekene took her to the location very early, an uncompleted building. The workers were yet to come. Uncle Ekene, but I can't see any worker here. Who am I selling the bread to? Ada asked. My friend is buying the bread so that when they come, they will see what to eat, Ekene said calmly. Ada was beginning to suspect something fishy. But since Ekene was there, her mind was a little bit relaxed. Ada saw another man. The man was Chibuzo, the owner of the uncompleted building. She greeted him, "Good morning, sir," with fear in her voice. Chibuzo did not answer Ada. Instead, he moved closely to her, and Ada shifted to Ekene. She thought he was her shield, but that was wrong. Ekene took out a rope from his pocket and strangled Ada, while Chibuzo brought out a knife and stabbed her. Ada's last plea filled the uncompleted building. The last words to Ekene was, "I see you as a father." She was buried there. Ada's mother waited for long and Ada did not return. She became worried. She went outside the house with the help of her stick to ask the neighbors if they have seen Ada, and everybody she met said that they haven't seen her since she left that morning to the market. She kept searching, went to different stations to look for her, but still there was no Ada. Whenever she hears sounds of children playing outside, she would jump out of the bed to check if it was her daughter. This continued for long, and deep in the market, people began to also ask Ekene if he had seen Ada since they were close, but he said he never set his eyes on her after the last time he bought bread from her, which was a day before she got missing. Ada's mother continued looking for her daughter, which was nowhere to be found. One day, she left the house in search of her daughter, and since she could not see, a moving vehicle knocked her down. Before people could save her, she died and she was buried. Years passed, and the uncompleted building Ada was buried stood tall in the city of Enugu. This building was completed and an inscription, "House to Let." People started renting the house, and so did the nightmare began. Jennifer and her friend Ada moved into the city and decided to rent the apartment since it was up to their standard. They were happy getting such apartment, which they organized a house warming party. After the party, they stayed in the apartment for 1 month and the nightmare started. At first, it was small, footsteps at night, and Ada and Jennifer thought it was the footstep of the neighbors that just moved in. Then came the noise.
Buy bread, hot bread here, 50 naira. This bread is straight from the oven. Auntie, you know go buy bread.
The first night they heard the voice, they didn't look at the time. To them, they felt that it was morning and they waved it off. Then came the night.
Buy bread, hot bread, 50 naira. Auntie, do you want to buy bread?
Jennifer, did you hear that noise? Or am I dreaming? How can someone be selling bread in this ungodly hour of the night? Ada picked up her watch and checked. It was just 2:30 a.m. Ada, please go back to sleep. Maybe you are dreaming. Then came the voice. Yes, this was the sound. They both couldn't stand it anymore. Shout filled the room, and they ran out just to find other tenants also running out because they had the same experience. They ran out leaving their properties because they were all scared of going back to the house. When Chibuzo heard that tenants were running out of the house, he started to slash the price for the rent. Not long, the Ngokoyas moved in. Ngokoya was a retired banker, his wife a primary school teacher, and their daughter couldn't believe their luck. A house like this in Enugu for that price? They paid, packed in and moved in immediately. But from the first night, things went wrong. At 2:13 a.m., Ngozi woke up screaming. She said someone was in her room, a girl dripping wet carrying a basin of bread, standing by the window, staring at her. Parents dismissed it as nightmare. Ngozi, it is nightmare. That cannot happen, her father said. Are you not a believer again? Of course, Dad, I am a believer, but I know what I saw. It wasn't a nightmare, Ngozi said coldly. Oh yeah, just go inside and pray, her mother said laughing. That didn't stop. It happened again and again. Ngozi stopped sleeping. She was always scared. Then her mother began to hear footsteps upstairs when everyone was downstairs. Light flickers on and off. The scent of freshly baked bread filled the room. Then came the voice.
Buy bread! Hot bread! 50 naira! Auntie, do you want to buy bread?
Her mother was really scared. Then came the scratching under the floor, in the walls and beneath the master's bedroom, like someone was trying to crawl their way out. The family flee by the third week, left their belongings behind, locked the door and never looked back. Then people began to whisper, "Na blood dey for the foundation." I hear say person dey cry for that house every night. Now why nobody fit stay there? Dem bury person for there. A group of university students, 4 boys looking for cheap apartments, off-campus apartments, were happy to find such fine house at a cheaper rate. People warned them not to rent the house, that there is a ghost in the house. That cry at night. They just laughed. Ghost scare. We go fit withstand it if the ghosts appear, they joked. The first night, nothing happened. The second night, one of them could lay head weeping in the corridor. By the third night, the walls began to bleed. Not actual blood, but thick reddish water oozing from the cracks. Their food spoiled instantly. A mirror shattered on its own. One of them, Chike, woke up outside naked and covered in dirt. They found bread in every room and in the bathroom. A message was scratched on the mirror. "I was alive, but they killed me. Run for your life." That was the final straw. They left in the middle of the night, barefoot, screaming through the streets. By now, the house has a reputation, but Chibuzo kept renting it out. He didn't care what happened to the tenant. He just wanted the house occupied so that his power can be stronger and also make him richer. That was when Amarachi, a radio presenter and podcast host, took notice and eager to unravel the truth behind the house. She was working on a series titled Africa Most Haunted. When she heard about the house, she booked it for 3 months, brought her equipment and went in alone. She was ready to live stream everything. The first night, she heard the usual voice.
Buy bread! Hot bread! 50 naira! Auntie, do you want to buy bread?
It was difficult for her to believe. She didn't set her camera because she didn't know the time the ghosts do haunt the house. The next night, she set her camera to live stream the sound to her fans, but that night, there was no voice that night. She told jokes and played music. After her live stream, she said to herself that this house is creepy, but I'm here to prove the superstition. Then the recording night came. Just like every night, she was cracking jokes with her followers. Then came the voice. This time, everybody heard the voice.
Buy bread! Hot bread! 50 naira! Auntie, do you want to buy bread?
Then the recording ended at exactly 2:17 a.m. When the video resumed, Amarachi was sitting on the floor, wide-eyed, looking like someone under a spell. She is under the house. She's still there. I heard her breathing. She's real. The ghost is real. At first, her followers thought it was a stunt until Amarachi vanished before their eyes. News flew across the city immediately and police was sent to search the apartment. Trust people. They came with the police. When they came to the house, her camera was found smashed in the living room. Her phone was discovered buried in the backyard. Police searched the house and found nothing. Amarachi was nowhere to be found. People started to agitate that the house floor should be dug, but Chibuzo stopped them from digging, called the Inspector General of Police that asked his boys to leave the building, and they obeyed. After that incident, a bold young coroner named Emeka Ibe decided to investigate off the records. He waited till midnight, broke into the house with shovel. He dug the floor of the room, which Amarachi pointed during her live stream before her disappearance. Inch by inch, he dug the floor, sweat pouring down his face. The closer he got to the center, the heavier the air became. Finally, he stalked something like a basin or so. He continued, and there it was, buried beneath the house, was the body of a girl, still clutching the remains of her bread tray. Her mouth was wide open, soil packed into her teeth, her eyes still open in horror. He was scared, but this is the type of news that needs to fly. Immediately, the news was online that someone was really buried in the house. Immediately, the news flew out. Ekene and Chibuzo started acting strange, and they both ran mad. Days turned into weeks, months, and years. People avoided the house because of the ghosts in the house. The house still stood vacant till today. And as for Ekene and Chibuzo, nobody heard about them. Nobody heard they were knocked down by a moving vehicle, while others said they are still mad. The moral of the story is that we should not be desperate in getting rich, because the end is always disastrous. Don't trust people yet, because even your best friend can betray you. Thank you for watching this interesting story. I do hope you enjoyed the story. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel so you can enjoy amazing stories like this one. Bye bye.